Thanks for being here. Thanks for watching. I'm getting some energy on this new season that we're in and kind of just looking over what's been going on and evaluating the situation. Let's pull a few cards for this energy. This Knight of Wands, Nine of Cups. This makes sense. Okay. So I feel like at this point, you're kind of rushing back to your past, rushing back to what you've done to get you where you are and being proud of yourself. You might even be going back to square one, like going back to the beginning. You know how people say, or maybe even like back when I was younger or when I was a kid. Like I feel like that's coming up a lot. I always wanted to do this. This was always my dream, and now I'm finally getting to live out my dream. Like somebody is really connecting the dots in this way, going back to the beginning and remembering that this is your calling for it. So I'm not picking up on any nervousness right now. Like you're not afraid to move forward, but I still see you going backwards somehow. Maybe it's because you just like you've reached this checkpoint where you don't have to push constantly, which is how you might have been in the past. I'm in the Wheel of Fortune here, seeing a Wheel of Fortune. Yeah, I feel like you definitely come into your Wheel of Fortune. Oh, look at that. It's here. It keeps wanting to pop out. Like, okay. Yeah, maybe it is like your experience is a huge part of your wealth. Your is a part of your wealth. And so there's no shame in looking back over your past. Like it's not something you have to run away from. That's where the beauty lies. You recollecting all your thoughts, gathering all your I don't want to say personalities. Maybe somebody was suffering from split personalities, or you might have been told that you were. Like you had some internal conflict. Maybe some people were fighting over the throne within your own mind. Okay, that's a bit deep. Because I'm feeling like maybe somebody was like you have like these roles that you had, and somebody within this group didn't want you to be in this position of power. But that person is the one being criticized the most because she is the queen. I feel like she's the one who belongs in that seat. So she's just like, are you sure about that? Are you sure you want to sit there? Because it's her seat. And also because so many people are jealous of her. And I'm talking about this personality, but it could also be something else going on. It could be just you and a family. Like if you live in a family where everyone plays a role or something like that, or a community or a workplace, an environment. But I'm really picking up on like it's like something within you that rises to the surface, and maybe you haven't really. It's almost like people see you more than you see yourself. Like I feel like you're so connected to yourself that a mirror image is not anywhere near who you are. It's just a piece of glass. Like, I feel like you're inseparable from your own identity. So, so other people are trying to connect with you and say like, oh, we're in this group or we're this together. But it's just like, are you sure about that? Because they're at the end of the day, spiritually, they're trying to sit in your seat. So that was somewhat of a tangent, but I just feel like it's important to get that. I really see you sitting in this Nine of Cups situation, and some people they don't realize how much you've been through and just how much experience and knowledge you have on this situation because you've been studying to show yourself approved of this seat that belongs to you. And so they feel like they could just say a little something cute or this or that and be able to sit where you're sitting right now. I feel like they want to come in and make a partnership. But definitely keep an eye on them. Because with this energy, is like they want to connect with you and kind of switch places with you. Be in your seat, see from your point of view. and ultimately absorb that knowledge that you have. But I feel like it's going to come regardless of whether you invite this energy or not, because what you have is a very good thing. It's just attractive, and people are going to want to come in and drink with you. They're going to want to celebrate, and there's something about them that is relatable because they come with their own cups. So it might not be exactly the same, and maybe they want you to see what they see. Like they want to exchange energy and information. This is all something that's happening in the future. So I feel like this is what happens when you turn that horse around and you look and you start to tread forward again and push forward again. It's gonna be crowded. So there's gonna be a lot of people in this space. Yeah, I'm seeing crowds here. So you're gonna get your energy customized to being more social, and make sure your emotions are relaxed is what I'm getting. Like, okay, you definitely control your emotions, but it's not like manipulating your emotions. So the waters can be still. Okay, so that's why I'm feeling like if someone makes ripples in the water, then that's something to be experienced. It doesn't have to be a storm. You don't have to, you don't have to push people out, but you are pushing through. So let's get more clear on this message. You put your attention and focus is so powerful right now. Things are changing right now, and it might be a little awkward at this stage, but looking back is what's going to remind you of where you came from. That, yeah, it was even more awkward in the past and more difficult when you were just starting. But now you're starting something new because it never ends. This cycle, you just get better and better. So, but I feel like it's gonna move quicker now because you have experience to rely on. 10 of Cups is very insistent on coming out. And also I feel like it's very grounded, is your foundation. 9 of Cups, 10 of 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups, Queen of Cups. All right, it's definitely a celebration happening here, possibly a graduation. But I'm feeling like there's this sense of wanting to get comfortable or not wanting to get comfortable due to fear. Like maybe those people you were running from are going to catch up to you. But the thing is, like, with the Sun card in reverse, it's like you control the story. You control your own narrative. Were you actually running away from people? Because I feel like they're still in your life. And they may be the most inspired of all. They actually may be helping, and at this point, they may be contributing. Because I feel like they learned something about your situation. And they're also learning that their energy is powerful as well. Then they can mess up their own blessing. Taunting and harassing you, then it's not going to be so good for them. But since you have access to this light energy as a light worker, maybe they do want to settle down and let you do your thing. That's what I'm getting from this 3 of Swords. Like, they could have been very hurtful in the past, but then they realize when they hurt you, they hurt themselves and they don't want to hurt. So it's like you're really building a community at this point. And in terms of slowing down and having your enemies catching up to you, you just love your enemies regardless. Like, just kind of like rewrite that section of the brain that wants to put you as a victim. You're not a victim. You're not in a victim's position. All right. So if anybody's trying to attack you, that's just not the way the word should be written. We're going to backtrack, erase that. If someone is attacking themselves, pray for them. Because those weapons and snares and traps won't reach your ear. They'll disappear. Look at that. The sun is coming out. And this is a new season, so is a new train of thought that we're reaching. The hangman is looking at things from a different perspective and being okay with that new perspective. Also, what I get from the hangman, then we see that her face, or the hanged one, her face is illuminated here with the sun card also in reverse. It's like you're still having a good day. I definitely feel like you're still having a good day, and this is a good situation for you. As that blood rushes to your head, it's like something you do when you're on foot. You still bring your positive light to the surface, and sometimes you're working against gravity, sometimes gravity is your friend. With the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like this sun is your wealth. Being able to see the light is more powerful than any stone on earth. It's stronger. Your energy is very strong, very powerful. And people are starting to see that and respect it and give you room to breathe, because that's what I feel like before. That's what I feel like that was the biggest issue, was you were being tread by your supporters, and I feel like you were so close to them that and because you're so intuitive, you probably could see all the demons and everything else. That is probably part of your calling to fix and correct and heal. You were seeing people's anger and jealousy and all of that, and that's probably some of the things that you're going to be healing because you're so close to it. But I feel like that was the biggest issue. Now that you have some space to work, even like in a library, because I feel like you're in a higher position. Like you might like be the teacher or the professor. Workmanship, mastering your craft at this point. You could be the one that is being hired to perform the service, almost like an artist painting a picture, but the people you're painting are like, oh, what's that? Or, like they're admiring your work, but at the same time, it's like you got to sit down and be still so that I can actually read you. And you're definitely going to have some more compassion towards this energy, because you might have been really frustrated in the past. Whatever you did is forgiven. Whatever they did is forgotten. So just move forward, or vice versa. They forgot what you did. You forgive what they do or what they did in the past, and just have compassion, because this skill that you have is respectable in the community. This is probably why you feel called to do it, because you do things that matter. There's something else about this. Somebody stuck in the past. It's something else about you doing things that matter. That's important. Okay, so I'm seeing like somebody stocking shelves or working in a supermarket or something like this. I feel like it's something, okay, even somebody is like having something to do with cannabis. Is like they see themselves as a pharmacist. Something about this hanged man looking at what you do and seeing that even if at the time people were criticizing you, there's going to come a time where it's very respected in the community. And then, okay, so we need to slow this down, because I'm hearing somebody having access to you. They wanted access, but they didn't have access because it wasn't ready. And if they had what you were cooking, it would have been too potent, or yeah, like you really care about the people that you work for. So you really didn't want them to get sick. So like food needs to be cooked to a certain temperature, or medicine needs to have its time in the laboratory. That's what I'm feeling from this energy. Like people really wanted to hang out with you because they could see your light, but it's just like, this is gonna burn you if you get too close, because I'm angry. Whoever this is, it's like they love that anger, but it's like this needs to be turned towards the right target. With this Empress, well, I'm reading this as the Empress, but it's the Emperor in reverse. It's like yeah, like you were in your masculine vibe, or your divine masculine was still being working out the kinks, and they saw the Empress. They like, it's like almost like they might have some psychic abilities and seeing where you're going. They saw your potential and they wanted to run up to you, and it's just like, get back, like you're not ready to open your arms. Or maybe this is what was going on in the past, being stuck in the past, like you just weren't ready to share the wealth, and for good reasons, but they couldn't understand it at that time, because I feel like you really had to put your foot down and boundaries. Someone saw you as a workaholic, like you need to get off the phone and talk to me and hang out with me. This could also be a pet. Maybe somebody's dealing with a pet, like trying to get tangled up in their job, maybe working from home. Um, yeah, and I'm also seeing that with this partnership. Like they really want to hang out and have fun with you in this Wheel of Fortune energy, but you care about them and you don't want them to get hurt. And you know that what you're working on is very dangerous. Like you have to wear a mask, you have to wear gloves, you have to protect yourself from your own energy. The last thing you're going to do is contaminate your what's the word, like clients, customers, because at the end of the day, you value them. Yeah, I'm just feeling like a lot of economical talk here. Somebody could be in business. Somebody could have a background in biology or chemistry or something like. So you understand where this is coming from, what this energy is. That is almost like addictive energy, but you don't want people addicted. You want people healed, and or just you just want to end their suffering in some way. But some of these people wanted to get addicted on you, and you see that that's not healthy. And they were like thinking you're so mature, like it's okay, I don't care, I don't mind being addicted to you. And it's like, no, that's toxic.